My name is Hala Al Khalifa and I'm an artist from Bahrain. I believe this experience touched me in a different level. With this experience, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like it in my life. And I think the way the story is unfolded is also something that is very, very unique to the Keil Space and to Samantha's work. And I think the narration is very unique to her journey. So I respect it a lot. But this is very, very interesting. It's like nothing I've experienced in my life. It's very, very interesting. It evokes so many levels of your emotions, for sure. One of the things that calmed me down is the scent in the space. So I believe that the more I felt the scent and smelled the scent, the more I was relaxed and the more I wanted to walk in and discover more. I believe the scent allowed me to walk into the space with more comfort. I am, very happy to have discovered this space and understand the work of the artist better. But what also excites me as I'm doing the journey is I'm constantly thinking, so what's next? Where do we go next? What room is next? And then it's done in a very in a multi-sense. All my senses are awake because there's a scent and there's adjusting my eyes to the dark space and then navigating the pieces that are carefully curated in each space. I don't think I have ever seen a bronze collection displayed in such a way. So I think there was a lot of drama in the display itself. I enjoyed discovering the lovers and the tension between the two figures, whether it was the tension of love or the tension of anger or the tension of I felt they looked like warriors they have a struggle together. But what really caught my attention is the wings pieces. There's a few birds at the bottom display shelves, and to be honest, I was personally driven to see those birds more, to understand the wings more, and to see, because that's a language that I relate to as an artist. So I feel that the three pieces at the bottom were also calling me, but the figures it's very dramatic and it sets the tone. And as I said, when you enter, I've never seen a display like it. SABRE is, if you're saying there's 20 years between the first generation and the second generation is sharper. It's linear, and I feel like the SABRE itself is a beautiful, elegant form that's very abstracted than the first generation, as a form, and it's very linear. Everything I saw in the first generation there was density, there was movement, but in SABRE I think it shows also the power of how a linear shape can happen and what effect it has on you. But in addition to that, I believe that with SABRE, the lighting plays a huge role in the piece itself, because there's a lot of drama, and the music that you hear within the space as well, especially when I was at the SABRE area, I think the music played a role in how I felt towards the piece itself. I was very much attracted to the energetic field, not only to feel some sort of energy, but I was very evoked by the light that happened, the shadow that happened behind me, through me as well, and the way I was lit. And it's very dramatic, and it's a different, you're on the spotlight and you get it evokes a lot of emotions. But I guess also, I want to go back to it for some reason, because I want to stand again and see how I feel again, because sometimes when you experience the piece for the first time, you're a bit shy, or you're a bit maybe closed to the idea. But as I'm having this dialogue with you, there is a part of me that wants to visit SABRE again. I was shy. There was listen, the SABRE is a weapon, and it's sharp, and it's there is that drama of, I mean, it's not a very comforting shape, if I may say that, but then the light that comes through it and what it evokes is also something very, very different, and something I haven't experienced before. So, yeah. I would say salt. I would say color, and I would say surfaces. I think the last stop where I was asked to close my eyes for a few seconds, and then the feeling of opening your eyes to color and to form and to shapes that they spoke to me in a different way, because I thought, what am I looking at? I was captured by the textures and the layers, and I was navigating, because we always want to make sense of things, even to ourselves. So I was trying to make sense of what I was seeing. And then of course there's me being an artist. I immediately felt that they were paints and pigments on different surfaces, and this is the first feeling I got. And then I thought they reminded me of certain body parts, and this is the feeling that I received in the room. But I think there's so much beauty and so much power in being surrounded by that image. It's still with me now. So there's a part of what I saw visually that actually stays. So if I close my eyes, I can imagine I'm in that space again. So it left something, and it's and also what I saw reminded me of things I've seen in my life before. But the feeling of seeing things that I relate to was derived from pigments and surfaces and that sort of texture that I see in my studio, so that's the feeling I got. I think my message to the artist would be thank you for allowing us to walk into a journey that tells a story of how you think, how you work, how your life journey takes you through the different generations. I have never seen description of a space that takes you through generations. So generation one, the way you describe the space, but it's extremely powerful, and a lot of respect for the work, the artist, and the people behind the Keil Space.